Alright then, today we're going to be reacting to COD Zombies The History of Cheaters by Krups. This is a video that's been, poking around, and now we're going to be getting into this. So without further ado, let's get straight into it.
COD Zombies has had a massive cheating problem over the past decade, from the use of illegal glitches to the use of God mode and splicing runs together. It's had its fair share of cheaters. However, what makes COD Zombies more unique from any other game is how difficult it is to cheat. There's so many factors against cheaters that it's nearly impossible to not get instantly caught.
This is true. This is a Nelson Mandela true moment. Wait, is it Nelson Mandela or is it fucking Morgan Freeman? It's Morgan Freeman. Oh my god. Right. This is a fucking truth moment because, bro, the amount of times that, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm human at the end of the day. There's been a couple of times in videos where maybe I've, toggled a little bit of God mode on Moon, just to fucking ease me into that, getting that tunnel 6 or whatever to get the excavator on the go, or just RNG steps like, I don't know, getting the fucking baby gun on Shangri-La sometimes. I don't fake my videos, but for example, if I'm doing a run where I've got up to the very last step, I usually just sack it off, but if I really feel up to it, sometimes I might spawn in, sometimes I might open up all the doors or whatever, just to give me that head start back up to it. I don't do it for the challenge videos, but if I'm just dicking around with my friends, there have been a couple of times where, we might as well just no clip. Do you know what I mean? It's very fucking hard to, cheat in this game and not get caught. It's a very, big thing. It was definitely a thing for me when I was first starting out, whether or not I used to use it or not. That is alleged. You didn't hear that from me, but
Although some cheaters have been able to get away with it, some for months, years, or nearly a decade. Here,
they're talking about me in that last one.
The history of some of COD Zombies' most notorious cheaters. First, let's start with the most notoriously cheated record, Syndicate's round 115 game on Black Ops 1, Kino der Toten.
Just crushed about fucking 500 or 2.3 million hearts with that sentence alone, by the way. Oh my god, this shit was mine and my brother's, just bread and butter back in the day. Used to love Syndicate, used to love watching his little 115 runs. I remember when he was doing the live streams, I remember the OG intro, it had that weird song in the background, had the neon sign, it was fucking sick. But, I think the whole thing with this is that
most
he changes his
people who have been
character
active in the community for recent years has heard about this cheated record. But if you've been out of the loop for a while, or haven't heard of this game, let me break it down for you. On November 3rd, 2011, Syndicate would upload his final part of his round 115 game on Kino der Toten.
2011, bro. You see that down there? 2011, by the way. Holy shit, how long ago is that now? Bro, that's 15 years. That is 15 years, dog.
Unknown to him at the time, this game was the highest round achieved on the map, making it a world record. Furthermore,
I actually didn't know that. It was a world record for the time? That's interesting. I didn't think it was actually crowned as a world record. That's what I'm trying to get at. I didn't think it was actual thing that was going to be put on whatever I don't know if ZWR existed back in the day, but you know what I'm saying. I thought
this
it was just,
record would become the most viewed high round in COD Zombies history, with over 14 million views.
Christ.
So if the record had over 14 million people watching it, then how come no one knew it was cheated? Well, back in 2011, it was fairly difficult to tell if someone was cheating unless they were using glitches, especially considering Zombies came out just 3 years prior, and most people played on console. It's easy.
Take me back, man. I want to sit down with my Xbox 360 and a fucking pizza and sit and play fucking Mob of the Dead with my brother again when I was fucking 8 years old, bro.
Why no one caught him. Furthermore, Syndicate was playing on PC and knew how to use certain commands such as noclip and potentially many more.
That can't be in the run. That has to be in a bit of stock footage he's made.
Just weapon commands, timescale, etc. This gave him a massive advantage over other players, as almost no one played on PC.
I didn't know he was playing on PC. I thought he was playing on console, but he must have just plugged in his controller. I always thought he used to play on PS3.
Let alone knew these commands at the time. And lastly, Syndicate had a lot of gameplay uploaded, unlike most early records. These reasons are part of the reason why Syndicate's round 115 game was considered legit for nearly a decade. So why did it take so long for players to figure out this record was cheated, and how did they catch him? If we take a look at Syndicate's gameplay during the 115 game, you'll notice it has nowhere near the same amount of views as the 14 million video. On top of that, just 2 days later after achieving this game, a player named Ravex would achieve round 120, although this footage has since been privated.
That's interesting. I wonder why. I mean, did everybody just cheat back in the day? This could also be kind of true. Like, I don't know, man.
Despite this, just 1 month later, another player named the Jim Bogabo would reach round 132.
Bro, look at this fucking gameplay, bro. This is this is some Amon shit. I guarantee you, this guy looks like the fucking what is his name? I can't. As you guys can see, look, he hit me with a stun.
To this,
I want to see that
not
TV
many
go
people
black,
looked
bro.
into Syndicate's game.
I
since it
guarantee
wasn't
you,
a
there's going to be
record
some
anymore.
chud behind this monitor.
Though it still gained millions of views from people who wanted to experience classic Zombies nostalgia. But that was until March of 2021, when a player named Who Needs Jug would start analyzing Syndicate's game. While going through Syndicate's gameplay, Jug found a lot of inconsistencies from the things Syndicate was saying to the way he played. But the biggest inconsistency was found on round 69. When Syndicate was reloading his Thunder Gun, it showed the character he was playing as, which was Nikolai.
Yeah, I called it, man. Yeah, so I think he's playing as Nikolai and then he ends up as Takio.
Just a day later, he would upload a video of himself on round 71. But there was a problem. Instead of Syndicate playing as Nikolai, he would be playing as a different character named Takio. This is already a red flag, as it's impossible to change character in the same game on Black Ops 1. Furthermore, Syndicate claimed both recordings were the same game. The reason we know
me when I genuinely lie, like genuine, like that is just fucking blatant lying.
This is because on the round 69 gameplay, he did a small Q&A, answering the question of why he wasn't using Mule Kick. In his own words, he said, "Downed, lost Mule Kick, and Thunder Gun, not risking losing it again." What makes this even more interesting is Syndicate said the exact same thing in his round 71 footage.
Avoiding stupid downs, but the only stupid down I've had was at round 27, and that's when I had Mule Kick. Now everyone's been like, why no Mule Kick? And the reason for no Mule Kick is simply because I had it, but I got the Mule Kick and then I got the Thunder Gun. So the Thunder Gun was in my Mule Kick slot, which is an absolutely idiotic move. I just completely forgot about losing it.
Yeah, it's part of the reason why I don't pick up Mule Kick unless I'm going for like a stupidly high round. Like he does have a point here. It is bullshit, I think, what he's saying here, but like it was a stigmatism back in the day for Mule Kick to be sort of frowned upon. Especially if you're going for high rounds, because there was a lot of the times where you'd pick up a Thunder Gun or a Ray Gun in that third weapon slot, and it wouldn't be too good if you went down, because you could just completely lose, and it wasn't, you modern folk have it fucking better. I think in Cold War it introduced where if you had Mule Kick tier 5 and you respawn, or you like get revived or whatever, you get to keep the gun once you buy the perk back, which is kind of cool.
Didn't think I'd go down, to be honest. I got a bit overconfident.
This in itself is already enough evidence to prove Syndicate spliced his round 115 game. However, when a YouTuber named Russian brought it up to question in mid-March of 2021, Syndicate would respond to the tweet saying, "My game crashed after the round 69 hype video I posted, so I had to redo the run. So I picked up where I left off. I understand the confusion of me talking about the downs, etc., but I literally picked up where I left off as if it was the same run." There's two ways to interpret this. Either Syndicate admitted to splicing his run and modding himself back to round 69, or he somehow banged out another game all the way up until 71.
If I'm going to be completely honest, I really, really want to say it's the latter, that he did. Like, because, I don't know, back in the day, Zombies was the rage, and I really want to believe that this guy sat and banged out another run, because that is just kind of aura. But at the same time, I've been in that position too. It's like, bro, I know it was a world record at the time, and if it wasn't, I think this run would carry a lot less weight. Maybe it's in the community if whether or not it was cheated. Like if this was just we got around 115, he made a cool video about it. But no, I think the fact why it holds so much weight in the community for it to be fake is because it was a world record at the time, and it set like a standard for high rounding at the time. And I really think that it's just if he did really go back and do it all, I will be fucking I'll be very happy. It will heal the inner child in me. But it will also crush my soul to know if he just fucking cheated, because that would suck.
But let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say he played another game up until 71. Well, even if we are generous, it's still really hard to believe. You see, on the same day of him reaching round 71, Syndicate would upload a Minecraft video. Also, these uploads between the round 69 game and the 71 game wouldn't have been that far apart, more than likely 12 to 18 hours apart. This makes it difficult to believe he actually played another game.
Oh, what have you done, bro?
All the way up until round 71, right after his 69 game, especially considering how slow he was playing. Now this point could be easily disproved if Syndicate had kept the footage unlisted for a few days and made it public. Although, that would be a fairly strange thing to do. Furthermore, this isn't the only evidence we have on this game. If we completely ignore the fact this record was spliced and take a look at his downs, we can see a massive inconsistency. First, he claimed he downed on round 27. Then on round 81, he would take his second down. So, to keep his game going, he would buy Quick Revive again. However, if you buy Quick Revive 3 times, the machine will disappear. Although, the next time we see the Quick Revive is on round 84, and it's still there.
Yo! I have seen this video before, but I think it was like years ago. I didn't think they actually went this in depth. I thought it was just, it changed character, GG.
This means Syndicate lied again. The machine should have
It's not looking good, bro.
Disappeared, but since the record was spliced, it remained in place. Furthermore, in Syndicate's game, he did not purchase Claymores till round 71, the M14 once till round 76, the PM63 till round 76, as well as the MPL and MP5K till round 76, and the Olympia and Bowie knife up until round 81. Keep in mind, these are all wall weapons and are essential for the early game. So the fact he did not purchase these until late in the game is odd. On top of that, in early October of 2011, Syndicate has footage showing him buying the M14, arguably the most useful wall buy for early rounds. At this point,
he confirmed it. Olympia gang, you are fucking dumb.
There's too many inconsistencies with the things Syndicate said and did during his game. So, I think it's safe to say this record was cheated. Surprisingly, this wasn't the only time a popular zombies YouTuber cheated a record. In early 2011,
we got like fucking 32 minutes, bro. I guarantee you there is more.
Then a YouTuber named Mr. Dalek JD reached
no.
round 74 on 5, which would have been the world record at the time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Mr. Dalek JD is gonna be my favorite COD Zombies creator. He's just fucking hilarious. I love him so much.
Although
the Mr. Dalek JD point run. This used to be an inside joke between one of my friends, Tyler. And
6 years later, a player by the name of Carandle would upload a video on November 4th, 2017, exposing Mr. Dalek's game. The way he exposed...
Fucking hell, look at that taskbar, bro. Windows 7, got live split, fucking, what is that? Is that Camtasia Studio? Overwatch? Elgato? And is that... Oh, that's Word on the end. Fuck me.
Dalek is by looking at his points. On round 74, Dalek has a whopping 8,253,000 points.
That's pretty average.
But when he downed, the game over screen showed he got 8,388,000 points throughout the entire game. This means Dalek spent roughly 135,000 points, which is astonishing low for the amount of points he had. Furthermore, the way he was gaining these points was with the MP5K wall buy, which costs 500 points every time you buy ammo, and each time you buy ammo, you'll get 120 bullets. I should also note that you can hit a maximum of 3 zombies with a bullet. This means if we are generous and assume Dalek has perfect aim, he would get 30 points per bullet. On paper, that sounds like a lot, but if we do simple—
Dog, these guys take this shit so seriously. Oh my god. Like, I'm not discrediting this video at all. It's a really great watch, but it's so insane how in depth some of the shit goes. Like how they can reverse engineer, you know, all this shit. Like, you know, if you have perfect aim, you'd add this amount. Like it's really cool that the community cares this much, I think.
math, we can figure out that 120 bullets perfectly hitting 3 zombies will get you 3,600 points. And if we calculate the amount of points he spent during that game with how much the MP5K ammo costs, we get 270 ammo buys. Do 270 times 3,600 points and you get 972,000 points. Nowhere near the $8 million claimed to have gotten. This is already overwhelming proof that Dalek cheated. So,
oh, it's ropes for my boy.
So, if it was this easy to prove Dalek's game was unlegit, why did it take 6 years to expose him? Well, it's because Dalek privated the video, more than likely within a year after it was posted. The reason why he did this is more than likely because he knew it was modded and didn't want to be exposed or was ashamed of what he did.
My boy made my boy made retribution for his fucking actions. You gotta give it up. If he privated the video, yeah, fair enough, whatever.
Also,
I guess, like, back in the day, everybody was really gunning for, like, a world record. Because I guess, well, not a world record, but just, like, you know, something cool in the game. Or, like, you know, most points, highest round, whatever. Because it was just a really cool thing to have on your channel at the time, I guess. And it would probably warrant the most views.
The reason why Crandall was able to prove this game was cheated is because someone re-uploaded Dalek's game back
Yeah, whatever you upload on the internet stays there forever, bro. It's over.
in 2013. Surprisingly, this isn't the last time a zombies YouTuber has cheated. A fairly popular zombies YouTuber named the Aston Pro, previously known as the London Project, would upload his achievements as well as guides for high rounds during 2015 to 2017.
I don't actually remember this guy.
Resulting in his channel to gain a big following for the time. On top of that, when he streamed on Twitch, he would typically average 800 to over 1,000 viewers, which was incredible back then. Though, in early 2017, Ashton made the biggest mistake of his career. He would start streaming himself on round 215 on the Black Ops 3 map Zetsubo no Shima.
Bro, I can fucking count the pixels that I'm looking at right now. Look at his face, bro.
But when he was going down an elevator on the map, he would start randomly knifing. Just 5 seconds later, a mod menu showed up on his screen. Shortly after, he would pause the game and end the stream. This shocked his community and the high round community too. The fact one of the most popular high rounder YouTubers was caught cheating surprised many. Ashton would eventually make a response video on March 8th of 2017. The response is somewhat long, so I'll explain it as simple as possible. Ashton said Treyarch came out with an update for Black Ops 3, and said when you played local offline, your game would crash and you'd get a connection interrupted. Also, it wasn't just happening to him. Another famous player named IL Steve IL would get a connection interrupted on Drak on round 156. He then said,
I'm just laughing at the fact that he's explaining what he's saying. You can just see him going in the top corner.
a point in playing zombies if you're constantly getting a connection error late into the game. So he decided to try and play some custom zombies for a bit in the Steam workshop. Then he went to the mod section and found a mod tool, eventually installing it. The reason why is because he wanted to start from round 189 and play all the way up till 220 and see if he got a connection error. He He then said he got to round 215 and didn't want to stream it, but still decided to do so anyway. This doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because if you didn't want to stream it, then why did you do so anyway?
Why? No, like that is fucking stupid. That is the most fucking well-regarded thing I've heard in a while. I didn't want to stream it, but I streamed it. Did you have a fucking gun to your head?
Okay. Furthermore, once a mod menu popped up, he quickly ended the stream, which also makes no sense. If he was trying to see if he got a connection interrupted, wouldn't he have put in the title that the game was modded, or at least tried to explain himself after the mod menu showed up? If anything, it seems like he tried to start the stream on round 215 to get views and also try and prove he was a good high rounder.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
But after the mod menu showed up, he quickly tried to cover up any evidence by shutting off the stream. Also, before streaming the mod menu, the Ashen Pro would upload a video on March 6, 2017, claiming he finally got round 200 plus on Zetsubou, and it took him a very long time to reach that round. He would also say he's paused on round 215 and would stream it. This video alone makes his response video contradict itself. He tried deceiving his fans, saying this game was legit, but obviously it wasn't. Based on this evidence alone, I can confidently say that Ashen Pro cheated this game. But this brings in a new question. If he cheated the Zetsubou game, what about his other games such as his round 203 on the Giant? Nobody knows for sure if those games are cheated, but it wouldn't surprise me if they are.
Thumbnail's frying me, bro.
Giant. Nobody knows for sure if those games are cheated, but it wouldn't surprise me if they are. At this point in the video, we've seen zombie YouTubers cheat records, but what about players that mostly only the competitive side of the community has heard of? Well, what if I told you not one, but two owners of the world record website for COD Zombies cheated their records?
You're lying.
First, let's talk about the most notorious and previous owner named Sithbass. In 2014, he was caught cheating multiple high rounds. However, the staff of Zombie Records, the website Sithbass owned, defended him, saying his games were not cheated.
These old ass Twitter screenshots. This is like some quackity HQ Roblox raid shit.
They would also spread misinformation, and one staff member named Firefly would go as far as messaging you and defame your character if you claim Sithbass cheated. Despite their efforts to claim he did not cheat, in 2016, Crandall, who exposed Dalek, would upload a video with irrefutable
My boy's back again.
evidence against Sithbass. The first evidence is Sithbass's round 100 Keynote or Totem game. At first, everything is normal until you look at the monkey bombs. You see, when you get monkey bombs from the mystery box, the max amount of monkeys you can carry is 3. Though, on round 71, it looks like Sithbass has more than 3. In fact, it almost looks like he has unlimited monkeys, which is not possible. So, how was he able to get so many monkey bombs? Well, it has to do with unlimited ammo, which is obviously not allowed for record attempts. This right here is 100% proof this game was unlegit, although there's still more evidence.
Wait, so... Oh, the PNG in the bottom... Oh, so if you look in the bottom right, so he's got like 3 little hats, so that's the 3 monkey... Bro, I fucking give the dog a name. Peanut or Dan? Like, I actually felt so stupid there. I was so confused what I was even looking at. So, in a normal game of zombies, you got 3 little hats to show 3 little monkeys, but on his, you had like loads.
On round 51, the mystery box was on the stage.
Good eye for that, like.
However, when you hit it enough times, it'll eventually move. Still, on round 71, the box was on the stage. This could be a coincidence until you realize on round 89, in which Sithbass shows his only trade out, the mystery box is still on the stage. Furthermore, Sithbass was using God mode, which makes it impossible for you to die.
Yeah, GG, man.
We know this because while trading on the stage, he did not get hit by the zombie despite it making a swinging animation and also being right next to him. Furthermore, he would activate the electric trap in the dressing room, although he doesn't show this. The reason we know this is because before he cuts away from the trade, he has 450,000 points. But once it cuts away, it says he has 449,000 points. Keep in mind, each trap costs 1,000 points to activate it. On top of that, if he tried running...
This is what he was saying at the start, like, it actually is so fucking hard to cheat in this game. There's so many different variables that are just working against you.
...to the trap, he would not have taken damage because of God mode. The way to detect this is via a red hit marker that'll show on the screen. So, instead, he would run to the trap near the spawn room and activate it so we can show the round transition and also not show him running through the electric trap. Lastly, on round 100, he would throw a monkey bomb so he can buy quick revive. The only issue with this is when he threw the monkey bomb, he still had 3 monkeys left.
Yeah,
which is
problem there.
Even
yeah, that's what I mean. I was confused what I was looking at. That just looks like fucking mush.
More proof that he used unlimited ammo. Also, this wasn't the only record he cheated. He would eventually fake a round 100 on Shangri-La, and also a round 100 on 5 back in February of 2012. This would make it the first ever round 100 on Black Ops 1, and also the first reset. The issue with this is he didn't reset. While on round 101, his game...
What the fuck is a reset? Oh, yeah. No. So, every zombies map has, like, I think it's like I might explain it, but it's like every map has like an entity limit, and it's like once it reaches it, however, after a certain amount of time, the game just resets because it can't handle it.
Would randomly go black and start glitching, eventually leading him to go back to round 1. The issue with this is it did not show the 5 cutscene before you start on round 101. This is good evidence to prove it was cheated, but the nail in the coffin comes from the zombie corpses. If you look closely in the video, you can see the zombie corpses around the table. This is suspicious as there's only 2 ways this could have occurred. He could have let the zombies stay on the map long enough for them to despawn, which would explain the corpses, or he did the infamous 5 table glitch, which allowed him to reach round 101.
I remember doing this back in the day with all my friends, bro. 5 table glitches up there with a catwalk, bro.
Furthermore, this glitch was patched in later versions, though after his quote-unquote reset...
Reminds me of Advanced Warfare as well. I remember in Outbreak, you could kind of sit behind the screens and the zombies couldn't get you.
He would open the PS3 home screen, and it showed him playing offline. This is again very good evidence to prove he played on an older version of Black Ops 1 to do this glitch. So this begs the question, now that we know Sith Bash cheated, who was the other owner of Zombie Records that cheated? This owner was named Wings of Oblivion. However,
I thought he was gonna say Wings of Redemption.
Before becoming an owner of the website in 2018, he was exposed for cheating multiple games back in 2013 to 2014. 2 of these games would be his 378 kills on No Man's Land and his round 218 on Kino der Toten, which would have been the world record at the time. On September 9th, 2014, Insane Operative would upload a video exposing Wings. In the video...
Holy... Sorry. Fucking taskbar review again. Hang on. Jesus fuck. Look at this. So you've got Look at the fucking taskbar for starters, right? Look at YouTube, bro. So you got World at War in the taskbar, Black Ops 2, you got normal askbar, TeamSpeak, bro, whatever the fuck this is. I think that's a old CS6 program, Adobe. Then you got OBS, bro.
In the video, Operative claims Wings has demigod mode. Basically, you can still take hits from zombies, although it is much more difficult to down. This makes it difficult to tell if someone is cheating, although there is a drawback with using demigod mode. You see, while on round 153, Wings would take his first down. At first, everything looks normal until you can see the horde of zombies staying where he downed. On a normal game, this does not happen. Instead, the zombies will walk into corners or different parts of the map while you're downed. This right here is 100% proof his 218 game was cheated. Furthermore, Wings would achieve round 127 on Shangri-La.
I mean... yeah, but I'm not like, I think, you know, Krups is more fucking clued up on how this game works than me. I've had a couple of times where zombies haven't fucked off from me. Like, it might have just been because I've been, like, it's stuck in a fucking corner and they can't move. I've had some times where they've, like, ran on top of my corpse and they get stuck. And I don't know.
Law, which would have
Maybe I'm just tweaking.
been the console world record, although this too used Demigod mode. This begs the question of how Wings was able to become the owner of Zombie Records after multiple record-breaking games were exposed. Well, a lot of it has to do with money and the state of Zombie Records, more commonly referred as Zombie World Records. I won't go into much detail, but just know at the time the site wasn't in the best shape and needed a new owner, even if it was somebody like Wings to at least better the site. I can't say for sure if he's had an impact on the site ever since 2018, although I will say with the new staff in recent months, the site has gone much better, which is awesome. At this
I haven't actually really looked at ZWR lately.
point in the video, I've covered
How old is this
YouTubers
video?
and owners of the official
3 years. Let's have a look at it then. We got a fucking Twitch thing here. I mean, explore the rift. What is this? What the fuck? What is this? This is new. It took fucking ages to load. Easter egg speedrun guides. Beginner's guide how to do. Bro, this is awesome. What the fuck? This site's cool. But I mean, yeah. Staff. Can we see it? Oh, okay. Yeah, nice, man. Yeah.
record site for zombies. So what about ordinary players that don't have any influence or power over them? Well, we'll first have to look at first room challenges. Out of every category that exists,
You know your boy's familiar with a bit of the spawn room challenge.
first rooms have had the most cheaters out of all of them. Because of this, I will only cover two well-known first room players, the first of which is Frostbite. Frostbite is one of the more interesting cheaters within the zombies community. Because not many players know about first rooms, besides the people who play them, it's fairly common for cheaters within the first room community to get away with cheating easily and not have it publicly known. This happened to Frost multiple times, most notably when his friend Lane Vader exposed him on the live stream. Surprisingly, this was still relatively unknown until Christmas of 2021,
Oh shit, this is semi-recent, bro. This is 5 years ago.
when Frostbite achieved round 36 on Black Ops 1 Quick Revive side for Verrucht.
That's fucking nuts.
This was a pretty
I know, bro.
big deal considering
it's
how
so
widely
annoying that
known
it's not real.
Verrucht is, and also for its insane difficulty. So the fact he got round 36 was very impressive. Although that was going to quickly change. A player by the name of Calvin was starting to take interest in the first room and was watching the highest rounds achieved by some of the previous record holders, and of course, Frostbite. Despite being fairly new to first rooms, Calvin noticed Frostbite would hoard up the zombies on early rounds, while the other previous record holders would camp for the early rounds. Furthermore, Calvin noticed something odd with Frostbite's story. Unlike the other record holders who grinded the first room for years, Frost was somehow able to get it fairly quickly. What makes it even more odd is he rarely had gameplay of his personal best on the other first rooms. That's when Calvin started investigating his game. First, he looked at the top 4 best games and noticed how many times they would survive a hit from a zombie until they took 2 hits and downed. If you look at the spreadsheet for Blackett's 35,
Oh my, no way. No way they have a spreadsheet for how many hits he got. That's fucking
Swato's
insane.
35, and Flo's 33,
it's multiple
you can see
runs.
a consistent pattern of hits survived before going down. Although, if you look at Frostbite's game, you can see a massive gap between the 3rd down and the 4th and final down. In fact, it was so big, he took 85 more hits than Blackett, 72 more hits than Swato, and 74 more hits than Flo, which is very suspicious. Because of the massive hit
One would say incredibly suspicious.
difference between a 3rd and 4th down, many players wondered if Frostbite used God Mode. Though, if you're not new to zombies, you more than likely know if you do use God Mode, it'll show up at the top left of the screen. So, how could players not tell, even with statistics? Well, there is a way to make certain commands such as God Mode not appear at the top left. The way you do this is by using noprint. Essentially, you can use whatever command you want, and it will never show up at the top left. This makes it extraordinarily more difficult for a person to tell if someone is cheating without the use of math and other pieces of evidence. Despite this, theoretically speaking, it was possible for Frost to survive 70 more hits than the other record holders until
Still, though, it's fucking 70 more hits. It's a bit of an outlier.
his final down. So, while people had their suspicions, there was no way for them to confirm it was cheated unless they had a confession. That's when another player named Sketchy, who was close with Frost, would get in a call with him and see if he would admit to the round 36 first room being cheated. That's when 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the recording, Frost says this.
Yeah, and you know I still play it every day, right?
Do you really?
Yeah. Like, I'm gonna obviously do it again, legitimately.
So you're trying to like re-get it legitimate?
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough.
Yup, he literally confessed his game was cheated.
Alright, GG.
Because of this, and the math done by Calvin, Frost round 36 Quickside was removed. I should also note Frost has been playing first rooms for years. Due to this, it's highly likely he cheated most, if not all, of his personal bests, and would also explain why he rarely had any gameplay, especially full gameplay, for his first rooms. But what if I told you Frost wasn't alone? Remember his friend Lane Vader? Well, he too had been playing first rooms for years, and had been accused of cheating them on many occasions. Though this has been hard to prove, and I'll explain why later. First, we need to take a look at a game he played back in March of 2015, which was 100% confirmed to be cheated. So, what was this record? It was a World at War Verrückt high round, achieving round 302.
175 on Verrückt! What the fuck,
making
bro?
a
Some
world
people
record.
have too much
However,
time.
it wasn't. In the same video,
Wait, no! 302?! 300 and... Oh, fuck off.
uploaded on Sithbass,
I don't give a fuck. No one has that much fucking time, bro. No one does.
also exposed Lane Vader
He cheated. Lock that guy up.
for blatantly using God Mode. The reason we know this is because when Lane runs through an electric trap on round 250, he does not get a red hit indicator. This is 100% confirmed he's using God Mode, because when you don't use God Mode, you'll get a hit indicator as seen here. Furthermore, what makes Lane even more suspicious is the fact he copyright strike Crandall's video shortly after it was uploaded.
Oh, that's so petty.
This caused the video to be down for over 30 hours. Furthermore, the separate video he made on Lane is no longer available. This too was more than likely copyright claimed by Lane Vader. So, if he cheated a world record and also copyright claimed a video about him, what other records has he cheated? While not confirmed cheated, we can look at his Nuketown and round 40 Bus Depot first room records. First, let's take a look at his Nuketown game. When he starts a game, everything looks normal until you realize it doesn't say Lane Vader connected on the bottom left. This is suspicious because when you start a game on Black Ops 2, it'll say your username connected. As an example, if we look at Tech's round 58 Nuketown game, which is a world record, you can see Unknown Soldier 0 connected. This is evidence that Lane Vader could have used Noprint, similar to what Frostbite did during his
Shit, yeah.
36.
Because any tech... so I guess no print doesn't affect the score count, we kind of see from my fucking PNG. But I guess it doesn't affect the score count when you're getting points, but it must affect literally every other bit of text.
Despite Lane's game not being confirmed cheated, the fact this didn't show up is very suspicious. So if it's not confirmed cheated, what about his Bus Depot game? Well, this one is even more tricky to prove it's cheated, although people still have their suspicions. During his round 40 Bus Depot game, his gameplay would freeze for roughly 30 seconds on multiple occasions. People believe he was splicing the game, but what more than likely happened is him playing on a virtual machine, which would explain why the footage was glitching or freezing as he was recording with his graphics card. I should also note round 40 in the Bus Depot first room is insane. I say this because of how difficult the first room is. There's no quick revive, so you have to play flawless, and the room is extremely tiny and heavily RNG based.
There's a bunch
This
of
means
fire
it
all
can
over the
take
place.
years for someone to even get a round 30 in the first room. What makes it even more odd is the record holder, Tonestone, would call out Lane for cheating a round 40 first room on Black Ops 1 Shinonuma. Well, after calling him out, Lane would somehow beat Tonestone's record on Bus Depot by over 4 rounds. Same with the Transit first room record within literally days apart. If you ask me, that's pretty suspicious considering how long you'd have to grind to achieve those rounds.
I mean, yeah, if what the fuck? Oh, bye AirPods. Fucking, if he's saying that it would take people years to get 30, and you're telling me this guy just pulled around 42 out his arse after getting exposed by the guy who owns the world record for this map, yeah, that's out of spite, bro.
Rounds in the first room. Surprisingly, Zombie World Records banned him, so any future records he
Holy shit! He broke on a criminal record. That's fucking awful. Convicted cheater.
claims to have will not be counted. Also, if it's true these first rooms were cheated, that would mean he's been deceiving players and casuals for years. Hell, in 2017, a popular zombies YouTuber by the name of Mr. T Lexify would react to his zombie escapes. And also in 2019,
Look, I'm not gonna comment on anything to do with Lex, but like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't watch his new shit because it's annoying. But that Dead of the Night at 3 AM video is gonna be like top 5 videos of all time. Also the Deji video. I don't care, man.
the relaxing end.
Like, I'm not gonna get too much into whatever the fuck, like, because every time his name pops up, I just feel like it's always a touchy subject in the community, and this video is old. Like, it was before everything ever kicked off. But I still love that video. I think it's hilarious.
And arguably the most known zombies player of all time would send him a birthday gift. Yikes. Keep in mind, this is just the start of players deceiving the community. In 2017, a fairly known high rounder named Rox Wrong would achieve round 229 on Kino der Toten, making this a world
Look at that profile picture.
record. The problem with this is Rox Wrong didn't achieve this. In fact, he wasn't even the one playing the game. Before starting up the 229 game, there was a tournament for Kino der Toten, and whoever got the highest round or the world record would win the most money. So, Rox Wrong started up a stream and pretended he was playing even though it wasn't him. The reason we know this is because when the game was paused, the mouse on the screen would go off to another screen, indicating whoever was playing had 2 monitors. Well, when Rox Wrong made a video responding to the people claiming he cheated, it showed he had only 1 monitor. However, he claimed to use his laptop as a second monitor. This was also debunked. On round 139, he was typing in Twitch chat even though the mouse did not go off to his second monitor. And while responding to people questioning his game in the video, he would try proving it was him playing by moving a cursor. The issue with this is he only showed the mouse for less than a second, and it didn't move at all. This shows even more evidence that it wasn't him playing. Furthermore, when he
Kino tournament legit in response to BO1 gangster trolls.
in this game, it says Rox Wrong downed. Keep in mind of the capital R and the capital W in his name. I say this because at the time when the game was played, only one person on Steam was named Rox Wrong, and their name only had lowercase letters. I should also note that pretty much every Black Ops 1 player uses Steam to play. On top of that, you can change your Steam name whenever you please, but it won't update in-game. This means whoever was playing was using a trainer, such as Zolfernos, to change their name to Rox Wrong with the capital R and W. Also, if you're confused as to what a trainer does, it's basically a modding tool which isn't allowed for record attempts. What makes this game even more suspicious is there's more than likely Wings of Oblivion playing it. If this is true, then it doesn't make too much sense as to why Rockstrong would allow Wings to play. Is it because he wanted to leave the
This is fucking galactical cable, bro. This crossover episode. What is going on?
community and go
Do you reckon they were all in like a TeamSpeak server where they just used to cheat on COD Zombies?
out with a bang? Or maybe Wings was blackmailing him? The reason will more than likely remain unknown. Although, what makes this cheated record even worse is the viewers who were watching the game live and thought it was legit started donating to him. Rox was not only cheating a game to win tournament money that he didn't deserve, but he was also scamming his viewers out of money.
That's a bit fucked
Yeah,
up.
I don't really have any words to say besides the fact I'm severely disappointed. Thankfully, this is one of the only instances where someone has cheated a record to scam viewers. I know what you might be asking. If I've covered high rounds and first rooms, has anyone ever cheated an Easter egg speedrun? Arguably the most popular category in zombies? Unfortunately, it has happened. On September 13th, a player by the
this
name
is
of
recent.
Scrappy would achieve a 33-minute and 57-second record on the Garad Crovey Easter egg using Mega Gobblegums, making it
He's already cheating, bro.
a world record. Considering how competitive Easter egg speedruns are, this was insanely impressive. In fact, it almost seemed too impressive. While using the Anywhere But Here Gobblegum, which teleports you to a random location on the map, Scrappy was getting near perfect teleportations. This allowed him to finish the steps quicker.
I didn't think Anywhere But Here was random. I thought it like had fixed points depending on the map. I didn't think that Sophia one existed.
Therefore saving him time. Because of how good these teleports were, a few players, who I won't name out of respect for their privacy, would start investigating. So much so, they would look at Scrappy's theater on Black Ops 3. When you look at someone's theater, you can see their previous games, which is what they did, and what they found was shocking. Just before getting the record, Scrappy was found using a patch to manipulate RNG and force the Anywhere But Here Gobblegum to teleport wherever he
I
wanted.
didn't even know tools like this existed.
The reason they knew this is because while figuring out the best coordinates to teleport to, it would show the coordinates on the screen. Keep in mind, this does not show up during a normal game. Because of this, that's how they knew Scrappy was using a patch to manipulate RNG, which is obviously not allowed for record attempts. Furthermore, it was confirmed he cheated a round 30 speedrun on Kino der Toten as well. This made people wonder if his other games were cheated via manipulating RNG. While it wasn't confirmed, it was found that his speedruns on Dreisendrach had some insane luck with boss rounds. If you don't know, certain maps have boss rounds and will occur every couple of rounds. Well, it turns out he had 10 games on Dreisendrach that got 4 dog rounds. Keep in mind, for each game, the chances of getting 4 dog rounds to round 30 is a 4% chance.
Some dream luck right there.
So the
I actually hired a mathematician to validate these numbers.
fact it happened 10 times within a month is insanely lucky. So if Scrappy was this lucky, does it mean it's confirmed he cheated the Dreisendrach games? Surprisingly not. While many players consider these games as cheated, it's very difficult to tell if someone is using a patch to manipulate RNG unless you have concrete evidence. Because players were able to find concrete evidence of his round 30, plus a Garad Crovey Easter egg, and also had Scrappy admit to these games being cheated, it would result in him getting a 1-year ban on Zombie World Records. He could no longer submit solo records, and if he was going to play a co-op record with 2 or more players, he could not be the host, which would prevent him from using any patches. Surprisingly, after 1 year, the ban would be lifted after Scrappy proved himself, and so far it seems like he's changed for the better,
That's good.
which is awesome.
That is very cool that he's actually, like, you know, sat down and accepted the fact that, You know, he cheated some runs, and now he wants to actually play the game. That's awesome.
Sadly, this wasn't the only time a player has cheated the Garad Krovi Easter egg. A player by the name of Raspers would announce
I shat myself then. I saw credit to Freckleston for gameplay in the top left, and he's still going. I absolutely cagged my pants.
in a Twitch streamer's chat saying he got a 33-minute Easter egg completion, but when asked for gameplay, would say something along the lines of, "I don't want to upload it, I'm not proud of it." However, he would eventually upload footage 3 days later. Though, similar to Scrappy's Garad Krovi Easter egg, Raspers was also exposed for manipulating RNG with a patch. While doing an Easter egg step which requires you to kill zombies to get a cylinder drop, he would get all 4 cylinders within the first 4 zombies he killed. Keep in mind, for each zombie, you have a 10% chance of getting a cylinder, so the fact he got all 4 within the first 4 zombies is insanely lucky, making it a 1 out of 10,000 chance
Fuck me, bro. Put some lottery numbers on.
this happens in the game.
But nah, don't bother because he cheated. Lol.
Also, during the Easter egg, you need the dragon to spit fire, and the only time this happens during
Looking
this
at
game
like
is
grain. Look at my screen.
once on the egg, and also when you're with Tank to get his napalm kills for the specialist weapon. Basically, the dragon spit fire when he needed to. So the fact this happens during a game was highly suspicious. So much so, it was confirmed to be cheated. This eventually resulted in Raspers removing footage of the game, though it still exists via a Mr. T Lexify reaction, which is pretty funny. Though this wouldn't be the end for Raspers. He would eventually go for around 30 speedruns, achieving multiple world records, but would be banned on zombie world records shortly after.
I can't get over how funny that is. Convicted cheater.
What makes this interesting is he was accused of using wall hacks and also patching another Easter egg,
Use some wall hacks in a PvE game mode, by the way.
though this was never confirmed. I should also note he has streamed some of these speedruns live. Despite this, the suspicion against these records was enough for him to get banned for allegedly using wall hacks. Though another thing I should note is Raspers isn't exactly the most liked person in the community. I won't go into detail with some of the stuff he said because it's against YouTube's terms of service, but you can see why players don't like him. This, along with the suspicion, is pretty much the reason why he was banned, though it's unknown if he'll be given a second chance. Remember, the only games that were confirmed cheated was his Garad Krovi Easter egg. The rest of the other games were suspicious, and players didn't have much or any evidence to prove they were cheated. Surprisingly, this is just a small list of hundreds of players that have cheated
Fuck me.
in the past. Because of this, I won't be able to talk about every cheater. Other than that, thank you for watching.
What a fucking video, man. Awesome. That was fucking sick. I love that so much. I don't know. I got a thing for Krups and his videos, and I don't think he makes videos anymore on this channel at least, and that's quite sad. But you know, I think he's done with zombies. I think he does like if I go to his homepage and I'll scroll down, and then I think he does like reviews and stuff like that. That's such a good thumbnail, bro. I hope that whatever he's doing, you know, I hope he sees a lot of success in it, because I know the feeling of being burned out with zombies, and I really hope that he can do what he actually wants to do, because Beastars is on the way to break that. Now at 58! Holy shit.